Right, you ready for your take?
Ready.
All right, because you may love it or you may hate it, but soon these things are going to be a reality. You know what I'm talking about? Driverless cars.
Yes.
Self-driving cars. They're scary. You think they're scary?
Terrifying.
Well, they're equipped with so many things. I mean, cameras, GPS tracking, intelligent algorithms, and they can navigate traffic with little or no human input. But are you ready to trust these cars? Clearly, Kelsey, you're saying no.
No, I'm a hard no.
Okay,
Yeah.
Priya?
I am so ready for this technology.
You're ready for
I can't
it.
wait. I can't wait.
That's
So
interesting.
first of all, there are a lot of terrible drivers. I am one of them. I hate driving. I can't wait until there's a self-driving car that can just take me everywhere.
I love that you guys are divided because take a listen to this. About half of Canadian consumers surveyed last year say they do trust autonomous vehicles to get them to their destination, but only 30% would replace their current vehicle with a self-driving car. And this is interesting because as we teased this segment a little bit earlier, a couple minutes ago, we talked about the fact that these cars are already being tested on the streets of North America, certain places, including right here in Canada. The only province to allow that is Ontario at this point. But we have been seeing certain companies testing self-driving cars, like Uber, for example. BlackBerry has been testing. Now, there are rules in place where you still have to have a driver who has a certain license to be monitoring what's going on. But we're seeing
To
these
take over if
vehicles.
something goes wrong.
If something goes wrong.
Right.
If. But you're still not a fan of this.
No. I think the only way I'd be full on board is if every car was autonomous or self-driving. I feel like having the mix of self-driving cars and then people behind the wheel is just a recipe for disaster.
Okay. Well, it's interesting. Let's look at some of the pros and the cons, shall we?
Yes.
Because maybe that might change your mind, or maybe that might reverse your mind, Priya.
Yes, that's true. Okay, I'm ready.
So the Conference Board of Canada, they actually estimate right now across this nation, every year there are nearly 2,000 road fatalities. So that's many lives that are lost. But they believe, and many other organizations believe, that with autonomous vehicles, we could reduce that number by 80%.
Wow.
80%. So that's about 1,600 lives that could potentially be saved because you won't have that human error that you have
That's a big
with
pro.
people driving cars.
Well, now I feel very bad for not being on board with it.
And there's an economic number as well. I mean, some people like numbers, and they estimate that there could be $65 billion worth of savings. Where does that coming from, you ask? That comes from less idling for gas costs, but also emergency services costs when you have to attend those emergency situations.
Right.
You're paying less people to do that. Cleanup costs and everything that's involved with that. So there's a ton of money that can be saved with less accidents as well. And then there's also the policing aspect.
Right.
So think about all the resources that go into issuing traffic tickets and monitoring, bad drivers. Those police resources could be shifted to maybe fighting other types of or forms of crime. So this is what advocates are saying are the benefits of these self-driving cars. But those are the benefits. Not everything is rosy.
Yeah, there's got to be some cons.
And Kelsey, you pinpointed one of those. One of the things is that to make this work, to make accidents happen less, you have to have this technology be well adopted in society. So if only some people are adopting it and you still have humans driving cars, you're still gonna have that human error. So that's a big thing that people pinpoint. But also the security. I mean, these are being handled by a machine, and hackers are smart. So take into that, anything can happen, and that's the fear that many people have, that what if they hack into the technology and people take a hold of your car? And you can't even control that anymore because somebody else from wherever is controlling your car.
Okay, that's a bit scary, yes.
For sure.
So these are some of the pros, these are some of the cons, but still, it is on many people's minds because the technology is here, it is coming. So Canada, we want to ask you, here's your hashtag Your Take question. How do you feel about driverless cars? Do you trust them to take you to your destination? Or would you rather say, I trust myself? Hit us up on social media, let us know your answer. After the break, more news and weather.